No.
સર્કલ લાઈન ક્રુઝમાં બેઠેલા છે.
કાં બેઠેલા છે આપણે?
સર્કલ લાઈન ક્રુઝમાં 3 કલાકની ક્રુઝ છે. જો બધું
આખા
દેખાય.
મેનહેટનમાં ફેરવશે એમ કે ના આખા
મેનહેટનમાં ફેરવશે.
હડસન રિવરમાં કેવું છે ને ત્યારે સર્કલ લાઈન ક્રુઝ વિશે?
છે 3 કલાક સુધી ચાલે. પછી બેવાનું એટલે મારે પગની દુખાડવાના. કેટલું સારું.
ચાલ તો પછી હવે પાછા મળીએ.
મારી બોટ ચાલુ થઈ ગઈ છે. અવાજ આવતો છે બધો.
This river was named after an Englishman sailing for the Dutch. He had a ship right behind us. So he left behind us. You can slow down. The sun's going out. He kept on coming. Folks, if you look upriver, you can see the George Washington Bridge. Now, this river is about 300 miles long.
George Washington Bridge.
Very scenic. And just beyond the carry of all things, the tail of a Concorde jet plane, part of the museum. And then there's a cruise ship in. She'll sail later this afternoon. Folks, this was the busiest harbor in the world for centuries. Look how busy it is today. Not because it's Saturday isn't quiet. It's quiet like this all the time. Folks, the building directly across the street from Circle Line, straight across with all the green windows, is the Chinese consulate. China has owned that building now for about 30 years. All the other tall buildings in the neighborhood are new luxury apartment houses. Killer rents and killer prices. Building no problem. Across the river, the great state of New Jersey, and up on the bluff, look at those big homes up there. Hey, you don't see that funny looking boat there, the black and yellow job? You know who those people are? This is the Army, Mr. Jones. U.S. Army, folks, Corps of Engineers.
US Army.
Surveying along the waterfront, pick up dangerous debris, and generally kind of just snoop around. I was in the Army for a couple of years. I never got near a boat, and that's an Army boat. It's the damn Army in the world, folks. Field tunnel at this very moment. 100 feet down, cars going back and forth between Manhattan and New Jersey.
Empire State Building ને પેલો Freedom Tower નહીં કહું? Freedom Tower આગળ. World Trade Center ની side.
See, just a reminder now, if you want to go and stand down on the bow, that's the area where you boarded the ship. You just go downstairs and forward. You can spend the whole trip out there if you like. Smoking is permitted on the outside parts of the ship, but please not in the cabin. It's in total clean up the place. The rugged types going down at the bow.
મારો સચિનમાં તો બોલતી નથી, ઇન્ફોર્મેશન નથી આપતી.
અમે બધેથી પૈસા થઈ ગયેલા છીએ.
એમ્પાયર સ્ટેટ બિલ્ડિંગ કઈ છે બધા વાંગે કરીને બધાને ખબર પડે. ઊંચી દેખાય છે. પછી આ ફ્રીડમ ટાવર આપણા વર્લ્ડ ટ્રેડ સેન્ટરની સાઈડ. ઓકે બિલ્ડિંગ.
Remember, folks, this is New York. Don't be too surprised at what you see here. Never know. Staying, we're a strange lot. Have a look at the Empire State Building from here. Now, this structure is a golf driving range. See the golfers on those balconies. They let them swing away till midnight.
Near quarter taxi.
On the New Jersey sign up on the hill where all the trees are is a college, the Stevens Institute of Technology, Engineering. Stevens Institute. Folks, in April of 1912, when the Titanic went down, survivors were picked up by a ship named the Carpathia. She came into New York Harbor. Over 700 of those survivors. She tied up right here. This area just after the old Green Pier. That's where the Cunard piers were back then. There were 30,000 people waiting to greet that ship. Everybody wanted to talk to the survivors. All they knew was that the Titanic went down. How, why, who survived, who didn't, they didn't know. You can imagine the turmoil on the pier that night. People waiting to see if their relatives or friends who, survived the tragedy. It's a big event here in New York. Over on the New Jersey side is Hoboken. It's a very busy port for many, many years. Thousands of luxury apartment houses along the waterfront. Fancy restaurants. The arts live. And pretty much give it its personality. New York University's in the village, Washington Square Park. Some of the prettiest streets in Manhattan are in Greenwich Village. Folks, for all that, it's a high-rent area. If you're a struggling artist living in the village, you're going to have roommates that over the rent, for sure. Greenwich Village was literally just that at one time, a little village north of New York City. Not everybody's struggling in the village, mind you. A lot of the Hollywood crowd keep apartments here and have done down through the years. By the way, they call it over there Newport. Not that many yet. Great Springs. Ships in the coastal water. Very cold. We're floating over another car tunnel. See that structure on the left? That's an air vent for the Holland Tunnel. It opened in the 1920s. And they named it after Clifford Holland. He was the chief engineer when they built the tunnel. Now, folks, the river's about 50 feet deep on average. But the tunnels are under the riverbed. So if you were to dive down, you'd see no indication of a tunnel. Now in a few minutes we'll be going by the World Trade Center and I'll show you where the Twin Towers are. I can show you where the Woolworth building is. Look at Manhattan a little farther down. Tallest building in the country. They've got a way to go yet because the Willis Tower is 115 stories. They're not that high yet. But it's getting there. And you can see that the outer wall is a curtain wall. It's not helping to support. So that means the inner structure will be stronger.
New Jersey side, Statue of Liberty, Nico.
Way behind schedule.
Les avions frappé la...
Down until early 2014. What the world are they doing?
Little Statue of Liberty.
Just starting to come into view between these two tall buildings on the near left. They're part of the World Trade Center. That's the Winter Garden, that round glass structure. Now, if you come down here, go into the Winter Garden. There's no charge. The best overall view of the memorial area is from the back of the Winter Garden. Especially if you're in America. 58 countries died in the attack. It all happened right there.
Okay.
Winter Garden is an amazing structure. Thousands of years. may be wondering why these tall buildings don't sink into the ground with all that weight. Well, they're on bedrock.